and welcome to our AssessFirst webinar. My name is John Hughes. I'm the International Account Manager at AssessFirst. And today we're going to do a webinar about job offers. And we're here to talk about a large survey that's been conducted by AssessFirst concerning job offers. And I'm here today to share with you the results. So we'll be looking at what elements candidates are responsive to when they study a job offer, what details can be off-putting, what factors push them to apply directly, what criteria you put forward to make them hyper-attractive, and what does the ideal job offer look like. Thank you to everyone who's joined me. Hopefully, if any people have some questions, you can type them in and I can answer them at the end of the webinar. Just before we do begin, to let people who are not familiar with AssessFirst know who we are. We've been in business since 2002, and we specialize in predictive recruitment, meaning we have a platform that allows you to identify the talent of prospective candidates so that you can spot those employees who have the strongest potential to succeed, but also so that the candidates themselves will be happy and engaged within their post. And we do that by studying the real potential of a candidate, so their personality, their natural working style, their motivation for the job, and their reasoning, to fully comprehend how that person will behave in the workplace and their natural talents. And we're here today to find out what candidates really think of your job offers. And the first statistic that we have to share is the number 90. 90 seconds is how long a candidate, on average, spends looking at a job advert before they decide yes or no if they want to apply for the job they've just looked at. So in just over a minute and a half, you need to be able to make an impact and to be able to convey the full message of your company and the job offer to a prospective candidate. So for our survey, we asked 10 questions which were responded to by 2,479 people. And within that number, those people covered 26 different areas of work. So what we consider to be a good cross-section of a company's workforce. And we asked about how they apply to jobs, their thoughts and feelings on the process. First of all, we ask candidates how they look for new jobs, with the vast majority telling us that they looked at job boards. Others said career websites, so the company website directly. Just after 4 out of 10 said they consulted their professional network, and 33% sent spontaneous applications, while 29% used recruitment agencies. With such a large number using job boards to find an offer, we asked which one they most commonly used. And no real surprises here, LinkedIn and Indeed coming out as the highest. LinkedIn, of course, being an interesting mix of contacts and jobs, as well as being an easy way to sell yourself as a candidate. With Indeed, it being such a powerful aggregator of other posts, it makes sense. But you can also see that people searched on read.co.uk, total jobs, and even government ones such as gov.uk and the NHS, as well as the Guardian job site. What's also interesting is that those people who are looking to apply tend to send off at least 20 job offers in one go, while 1 out of 5 saying they would apply to 10 or less. So, what motivates them to apply? 66% told us that they felt the job was a 100% match with their profile, which to some recruiters may come as a relief. The majority of people are ultimately looking for a job that matches their profile, skills and motivations. 46% said it was the reputation of the company. 40% mentioned that others' opinions of the company played a factor. A good example of the power of Glassdoor and how open reviews on the web are making people's choice more opaque. It's also worth flagging up that these kind of sites, just just as with TripAdvisor or restaurants or shops, they've opened up for candidates not only the recruiting process in every stage, but also the office culture, management, and everyday life in a company that's somewhat out of control for that company. 33% said it was the job title, while 29% said it was the perks of the job, whether that was free coffee or food, games, or working from home. An important statistic as well, which should always be considered, is that 11% said to us, I don't care, I just need a job. So, what do candidates not like? What puts them off applying when they look at a job offer? The vast majority of people quickly pointed to not being able to see salary details. So 1 in 2 candidates will not apply to a job if they don't have some idea of the salary expectations. While others also said that academic background and experience required for the job can stop them applying, something we will touch on later in this webinar when we're looking at the potential of a candidate, but many said that they would not apply to a job when it's asking for several years' experience, which they do not have. Of course, where the job is located is a big issue, while others mentioned that the job description, how it's presented, lack of detail or vague descriptions, the expected profile, and the company sector can stop them applying. But let's get into the real nitty-gritty here. What is the big sticking point for candidates when looking at job offers? What do they dislike the most? And what came up with our survey is no information on salary expectation really comes up as being the biggest problem. The second being having no idea how the recruitment process will be carried out. What is the process? Who will they meet? How long will it take? Will they even get a response? Many candidates also feel that a job offer can be full of information, which actually has little to do with the job or the company as they actually are, that it's all talk, or that it can be too academic or full of management speak rather than giving a real sense of the job and the company. Candidates also responded that they would like to know who the people they would be working with are, who is the manager and the direct team, and this reaches back to the talk about Glassdoor and company reviews, and something that's becoming more and more apparent for younger generations, but also for a lot of people. Where you work is where you will spend a lot of time, and you'll be spending it with the people you work with. They want to know who those people are and their working style. Linked to that, people also said that they want to be able to understand the company culture, its values, and how it works from the offer. Now, to look at this from the other side, what matters most from a candidate's perspective, and more pertinently, what should matter most? What do they want to be judged by when applying to a job? From a candidate's point of view, it is actually their motivations for the job that is the strongest driver. Now, of course, the skills necessary, the competencies necessary for a job are important. But what over 3/4 of candidates told us is that their desire to do a job, their motivation and drivers play a major part. Linked to their personality and much lower down their technical skills, with education being way down the list. This is important when you think about the changing nature of the job landscape, how certain jobs are being made redundant by technology, how workers need to be able to use their skills in an ever-changing atmosphere, and how it is actually soft skills, emotional intelligence, and being able to adapt to change, which often marks successful individuals. What's more, we wanted to know in what ways people applied to a job. The response was that up to 71% of them had applied for a job without a cover letter. Now, this can annoy certain recruiters when they've asked for one to be sent, and of course you want to see how someone presents themselves. But the response we got from candidates was that everyone knows they have maximum maybe 4 or 5 different versions of their cover letter, that they change them here and there depending on the company, and that in the worst case, many people felt they weren't even read by recruiters. 63% apply without the necessary skills. 32% with absolutely no motivation to do the job that they applied for, which is also a pretty amazing statistic. And that almost 1 in 2 people may apply to a job that they have no interest in whatsoever. Incredible. And 14% applied without being in agreement with the company ethos, 12% without a CV, 8% without even reading the job offer. We also asked what candidates felt about recruiters. What you often hear from people is that they don't get enough feedback or even the response when they've applied to a job. In fact, it just takes a little bit of time to see on LinkedIn that in general, recruiters get a pretty bad rep. So, is this true? Well, we asked, and unfortunately, yes. How many people get a response to their application? And they told us, well, 52% told us that they get 1 to 2 responses for every 10 jobs they applied to. So 80% of the time, there is no feedback at all for candidates who send off their application. People who said they get a response for 1 in every 2 applications was only 15%, and only 1% told us that they get an answer every single time, who must be very lucky people. What's more, 2 out of 3 times candidates said that there was a strong gap between a job offer and what the candidate discovers the job to be during an interview. So the feedback that we're getting is that in actual fact, many candidates feel deceived by the job offer, or that the company culture as advertised in the job ad and what they actually encounter when they go for a job interview is very different. So with all that in mind, with candidates telling us that they send off for a job, get no feedback, that the process is not clear, that they're often disappointed by the reality of the job when they go for an interview, how can we change this? So we said to ourselves at AssessFirst, if in 2018 you can easily order a product online and get updates in real time throughout the whole process, or be able to keep up to date with any number of things that we do, why is it that applying for a job is such an unknown process? Why are candidates not better informed? So we decided to feature the opportunity for all our partners to add their own job offers onto our site. Those people who already use AssessFirst will know we have a system where you can manage a recruitment campaign to select or pre-select candidates who are suited to the job. With our predictive model, you can create your own recruitment campaign if you want to be able to find candidates that will excel in the positions that you're looking for in terms of their natural talents, where they excel every day. In fact, who they really are as opposed to what it says on their CV. AssessFirst offers you the opportunity to create your own recruiting campaign, meaning as a company, you can create your own offers which will link the relevant candidates to your job offer. So we have created the opportunity for you to add your recruitment campaign to a job offer on our site, which will allow you to access a much larger field of candidates and to improve drastically the kind of experience that you're offering to candidates. So, how does it work to build your own model? Here we are on the AssessFirst platform. All you need to do is choose a predictive model, meaning you can measure exactly the type of skills that you're looking for in this job role. You click on creating a predictive model, and you can pull down a job position. So let's take a sales position, or a luxury sales associate to be precise. And our predictive model will allow you to choose the different criteria that you want measured for this particular position. Whether this person needs to take care of existing tasks, how complex the role is, what kind of work methods need to be applied, whether management is involved in the role, And if so, how many people? If project management is involved, you could define all this for your job, how heavy the workload is, what kind of integration the new employee would get, the kind of atmosphere that person would work in, the context, whether it was one of stability, change, or extreme disruption. And once you've responded to the questions, AssessFirst will give you a recommendation of the kind of qualities you're looking for in the profile you've just defined. And here you will see the areas where the candidate would be measured for the job, where we want to see them. So in terms of leadership, we're looking for someone who tries to convince others and spontaneously approaches others, but while keeping an emotional distance so they keep their head. All areas marked in green are those characteristics we are looking for, and the red the opposite. And within each of these characteristics, you have the choice to add, change, or delete any of the areas to make the model work for your company. Meaning you'll be able to find a sales associate who is being measured by your targets, company culture, and you will be looking for candidates who have a natural ability to succeed and prosper on the role. Within each area of the candidate's personality, you can define what it is that you want to measure in terms of the post. So in terms of in terms of creativity, we want them to be conventional, meaning that they can follow the company's rules and procedures. But we also need them to be able to adapt to change. For their rigor, we want someone who goes beyond their assigned tasks and perseveres when confronted with obstacles. Emotionally, we want them to be able to focus on the positive and to not be afraid to take risks. Next, we look at their drive, their motivation to do the job. Remember, we're looking for a luxury sales associate. So here we want someone to excel each day, meet new people. And again, if you want them to perhaps be perfectionists, you could add onto it someone who worries about quality, for example. We're also looking for someone who throws themselves into the job, meaning someone who invests themselves without reserve, and at the same time, someone who works in a disciplined manner. We're also looking for someone who is motivated by achieving success, helping others, and not worrying about other people's point of view, so meaning they're not put off by others' criticism. And for their reasoning, we want someone who has a great sense of analyzing situations and using their knowledge. We're slightly less concerned by the skills at manipulating data. It's not essential for a customer-facing role, but we do want someone who is good at dealing with the unexpected. So that's how to create a predictive model for a recruitment campaign when you're looking to employ someone based on their soft skills on our platform. You're measuring their natural talents for the job, and you can use it as a filter to quickly identify the right candidates. Now on AssessFirst, you can go even further. You can take this predictive model, add it to a recruitment campaign, pick your pre-made model, so the luxury sales associate, mark what area of work, so here we put in retail, and if you knew that the candidate was going to be working with a certain manager who's already taken the AssessFirst evaluation, you can also link that person to the campaign, and it would create a link, as you see here, which you could put on your job advert. So here you can see an example of what a standard job offer looks like on Selfridge's website. And what you can do with the link I just showed you before is add our link to the button where it says apply, and anyone who clicks on it will go through to take the AssessFirst evaluation, which will be measured on the predictive model that you've set up. However, take a look at this job offer, and a lot of the things that came up in our survey that we mentioned before can be seen here. There's a lot of data and a lot of information. Not a lot shouts out at you about the job or who the company really are. It's not particularly exciting for a candidate. Nothing really jumps out of you. Now, this is nothing against Selfridges. It's just an example of really what is a classic job offer that you can find on many people's websites. So here is our solution. Not only can you create your tailor-made predictive model for the job and a campaign to send off to prospective candidates, we now give you the chance to put your own job ads on our platform. Here's how it works. You can enter your job ad's name, the details of your company, the kind of educational level you're looking for, the tasks involved in doing the job, the key goals of the job, the skills you're looking for, what kind of attitude you're looking for from the candidate. You can tell the candidate about the current team, who they are, what they're like, the office and what to expect. You can add photos and images to give a real sense of your company and a more eye-catching offer, and the salary and benefits of the job. And when you click publish, obviously you can share it on any platform you like, but we also give you the opportunity to automatically share the ad with your network on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or Facebook, meaning the ad can go out to a large network of people and it would look something like this. So what will a candidate see when they're posting for a job on our platform when they click through? We believe posting your job offers on AssessFirst will make a real difference, and here's why. We can give the candidate a real insight into not only the job they'll be looking for, but the actual targets, the goals and skills necessary for succeeding. We can also give the candidate a fuller sense of the kind of attitude or working style you're searching for, the team they will work with, the management style of the future team, and who those people are. Let's not forget that within our survey, many people spoke about the difference between the job description and what the reality of the job was. More than that, the candidate can see what drives the team, what are the motors that keep them engaged, to see if they match those of the candidate. We can see the office, where it is located, the benefits of the location, etc. And of course, our number one gripe in our survey, the salary details and also the perks. After seeing what candidates are really looking for in terms of the information they want when applying to a job, on our platform, you can give a clear, transparent idea of the job, the team, and the company, giving a 360-degree sense of what the job is and getting your candidate excited to apply. For a candidate looking for a job, it takes just 2 minutes to create an account on AssessFirst. It's worth remembering we currently have over 5 million people already registered on our site. And once they've completed the assessment, they will be able to see from any job offer on our platform their match in terms of their potential to succeed, as in do well in the job. So we'll give a scoring on their potential to thrive to find a position that they would have great success in. Sorry, their potential for success, so a job that they would do well in, and then also their potential to thrive, meaning a job that they would absolutely love. Okay, and that probability is based on the 3 areas candidates said to us in our survey themselves that they felt was important. So their motivation, their natural skills, and their reasoning capabilities. And once they find a good match, they can apply in one click, and they can send their application with keywords and talent tags clearly identifying the relevant competencies for the job. What's more, if a candidate has registered their AssessFirst account with LinkedIn, our platform will immediately take those hard skills which are registered on their profile page and add them onto their application. Once a candidate has applied, they'll also be able to see the progress of their application in real time. And you, as a company or a recruiter, will receive the results of everybody who has applied to the job, and it would look a little bit like this, with a ranking for each candidate in terms of their potential for the job, the details of each candidate, with scoring for their personality, motivation, and intellectual capacity to do the job. That's those first 3 scores that you see there. As well, this area where it says 5 out of 5 in green, as well as their ability to match with the manager. Now, as always, our advice to recruiters when looking for good profiles in our recruitment campaign is to seek out those people with a score of 60% or more, meaning that we've identified statistically that when a candidate with a score of 60 or more is chosen to a job, they tend to perform better, stay longer, and achieve or exceed their goals. And if you want, you can take advantage of our magic button, where we will point out to you candidates you absolutely have to see for a job interview, as well as candidates with lower scores that we have identified as having strong characteristic traits to do well in that position. Once you pick out candidates you want to meet, you can click on their profile to get the full details on the strengths and weaknesses for that position. Again, you can see a scoring for their potential to succeed, and we offer you a full detailed report concerning their competencies for the job, which will go into every facet of their working style, their motivation and capacity to perform. We also offer in the report different questions you can ask during the interview to reassess their strengths and weaknesses for the job as identified by AssessFirst. And similarly, on our platform, you can simply click through the profile to see an analysis of their potential for the job in terms of shape and drive, the details of their personality radar, and the areas AssessFirst have identified as essential for success in that position. To have a platform where not only can you add your detailed job offers, but candidates can match that job to their strengths, means that you will have access to a large range of talent. Not only that, you're going to be receiving offers from candidates that can already see that their soft skills, their natural behavior, already matches the needs of the job, meaning you'll be finding candidates who perform better, stay longer, and give you improved long-term results. We also try to make sure that any candidate who takes our assessment feels that the process and the feedback they get is energetic, dynamic, positive, and engaging. So we've already seen that with our job offers, the experience of applying to a job is transformed, not only in the information provided about the job, but that the candidate has access immediately to whether that job is a good match for them or not. But what's more, when someone takes our evaluation, we offer our detailed analysis to the candidates themselves to better understand their strengths and weaknesses, their natural talents, as well as offering the opportunity for people to orientate themselves in terms of what sectors their profile are well suited to. And we want to know that when someone posts their application for a job on AssessFirst, that they feel they're being adequately measured, that it's not just about their CV or a list of experience, but that a recruiter is going to look at their overall talents and who they really are. So that's it. That's the webinar that I had to share with you today. I'm going to have a look here to see whether there's any questions. If anyone wants to ask anything about the many different pieces of information that I've gone through today, you're quite welcome to send me a question. Okay. I have a question from Holly, who's from Morgan Phillips. She says, for the candidate application to job analysis, what is the sample size? And where do those candidates come from? Are we talking about the survey, which was, maybe I'm not fully understanding you, Holly, because if you're talking about the survey, that was 2,795 people. It was from a large different area of, as I said, a large, like 26 different job areas that they were in. And from our list of people who are already inscribed with AssessFirst, as well as other people, and that was the answer that we get. Am I fully understanding your question? I hope so. Yeah. Okay, that's the survey. So yeah, it was 2,795, and it was and we asked those different questions that you got. Okay, well look, that looks like all the questions that we've got today. I really appreciate everybody who listened. We'll do a recording of this as well, and we'll put it up online, and we'll send it through for those people that couldn't make it. Thank you very much to all those people that did join me, and I look forward to the next time. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.